Good evening, welcome back, guys, and here we go again. And we've got three very, very big games coming up. I was looking through the schedule earlier, and although we've been on this pretty good run, I would say, we've played pretty small teams. We haven't played any big teams in all of this, and we've blasted teams away. Hi, David, how you doing, my friend? We've blasted teams away. But now, this is where we're at. Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. All in quick succession. I don't know what's going to happen. It's our first time we're going to have a real big test. Guys, if you're sitting there, don't forget to like the video. It does help the channel. I'm not going to harp on about it. I don't remember too much. But remember, clicking that little thumbs up button helps the channel no end. So thank you for coming, and let's hope we have a good run tonight. That would be absolutely fantastic. We're sitting in second. Manchester United have just won. We are 5 points behind them, but we have 2 games in hand. Starting with Chelsea, I think we will be playing Manchester United very soon. No, actually, it's quite a way away. So starting with Chelsea, then Arsenal, then Liverpool. Chelsea are in 10th. Arsenal in 6th. Where are Liverpool? Liverpool are just behind us. So this is going to be a big, big test for us today. So I have had some bad news this week. We've had 2 players go down one with a cold. Rualt went down with a cold. He actually went down with flu. And Van Beek went down with a cold. It's very hard to keep Van Beek in the team. But we've got a fairly decent team. I'm going to start with Bajcetic. João Gomez is returning to fitness. So hopefully we'll do well here against Chelsea. Could play Barco. But I'm definitely not playing João Gomez. Could play Humphreys as well. He's been in good form. So we'll think about that as we go here. Timon or Missouri, yeah, I think probably Barco would be a better idea. He's not fully fit, so actually we might bring him onto the bench. Where would I put him on the bench? Carcares, Humphreys. Let's bring Barco on for Carcares. And the other one was Humphreys to start. Where is Humphreys gone now? I can't see Humphreys now. Dominguez, Keita, Rualt, Van Beek, Garcares, Dominguez, Mastantuono. Where is Humphreys gone? There he is. Humphreys to start. Yeah, might be a good idea instead of Missouri. It's a decent team. It's not full strength, but hopefully after the meeting they're all happy. We are just carrying on with this attacking style of play. We're not worried about the opposition. We're just seeing what the game brings to us, and hopefully it's going to bring us some good results. Could it be Champions League this season? Who knows? Who knows? Let's go and play Chelsea. They're all hyped up. And we'll send them out. And here we go. First of 3 very, very big games. Then we will have to play Bradford City in the Cup, which should be a formality. But I don't want to use Bradford City to come back from a poor run. I'd like Bradford City to be just an easy victory with morale high. But we've got off to a good start by the look of it. Winkler looking to get down the left. But he's been closed down and the ball's taken off him. He's not the best at holding on to the ball, Winkler, but he does move well when the ball is played forward. But can't have everything. He is becoming a very good striker now, Winkler. He's wanted by Manchester United, as is Silva. I think they are planning to make some moves on my forwards. But Chelsea, looking, Modric is always a danger to me in FM. He's an absolute gem in FM, Modric. He causes me all kinds of problems. Maybe I'll have to look after him. But it is Chelsea at the moment. We've got to take the ball off them. What we do is we take the ball off teams. And we're not doing that today. We're not closing down enough on Chelsea. It's kind of weird that we're not closing down, but we have taken the ball off them. There's a chance and it's just past the post. And they should be, they should be really pressing them, but they weren't. They were allowing Chelsea to pass it around. But it's 0-0 at the moment. I can't for the life of me think that Chelsea are going to stay in 10th. My Stockport game is in December, picked up 4. Do you ever do this to save your players' fitness levels? Yeah, sometimes if we are definitely favourites, I will pick a very rotated team, and I will pick under 21s. If we are clear favourites, and we are a goal down against Chelsea, this is not what I wanted today. We did have the 2, and Winkler's picked up an injury, or is it Velasco has picked up an injury? We did have 2 going down with the flu. Probably caught it off me. I've had a really bad head cold, and that was not great. Who was that? I can't see. It was Silva. Closing down a little bit too much. But it's all Chelsea at the moment. We can be a team, a second half team. And let's hope that we become a second half team today. But this is not what I wanted today. It's gonna harm any title hopes that we had. We have to get at least, Velasco's taken a knock. So let's get him off. After this, a chance. It's 1-1. It's Silva. Oh boy. It's 1-1. And we are back. So I do have to get Velasco off. I just want to have a look at what happened there. It's a throw-in. Throw-ins are absolutely deadly in FM. Nice by Winkler. Nice little pass. So let's go and get Velasco off. Injury after injury after injury. This game hates me at the moment. I was actually going to put Mastantuono in there. Why is Bajcetic nervous? Shouldn't be nervous. Bajcetic is a late developer in FM. I don't know if you guys know that. And I found that out in the Newcastle part of the Journeyman, where at 27 he just suddenly out of nowhere just became this brilliant player, which is why I'm holding on to him, why I'm giving him game time, and in the hope that it's going to be exactly the same in this one. And it is another throw-in, Chelsea this time. If we can take the ball off them, it's a dangerous area. Just take the ball off them. They've played their way out of it. But I'm not quite sure what that is about. I don't know why this is in the game, to be honest. In the playing in the online save this morning, I had clearly one went over the line, and in fact, when it showed that goal line technology, it did indicate that it went over the line, but the goal still wasn't given. And you've got to get closer up than that. Another chance. It's Winkler again, and we've gone ahead. And sometimes we go a goal behind, but we are still an attacking threat. 2-1. Nice pass from Bajcetic. And once we get into those spaces at the edges of the box, we can be quite deadly. and it's looking good in terms of shots on target. I don't need to change anything at the moment. I'd like a bit more possession from the boys, but doesn't really matter. Chelsea are tiring, which is a good sign. And yeah, let's do that. I don't think there's anything I want to change unless they've brought on Nkunku. But they are tiring a little bit. We're not so fresh. I have problems with my right wing back. Both of them get extremely tired. I'm not quite sure what that's about. They're not being asked to do anything out of the ordinary. So I'm not quite sure what that is about. Let's go and put this game to bed now. We're marginally better, but not that much. Still not getting possession, but I don't care about possession if we're still a threat up front. I was thinking about playing Mastantuono, but my assistant convinced me Velasco was a better idea, but now he's got injured. Mastantuono can show us what he can do. Winkler through again. Oh, he's hit the bar. And we are definitely the woodwork specialists. We've been training very hard in training on hitting the bar and the post. And it seems to have paid off because we hit the bar more than any other team in the league. But I don't think you get an award for hitting the bar more times than any other team. So I don't know why my assistant does it, but he seems to be proud. We just keep hitting the bar and the post. And is it time to make some changes? Not yet. As Chelsea are getting very, very tired. I know what Fernandez, Caicedo. In midfield, Chelsea are getting very tired. So I think it might be an idea to, as our midfield is struggling a little bit, we might change the midfield. I'm going to bring Corrado on and João Gomez. Welcome back, João Gomez. And again, this wing back, he's just done after 65 minutes. And that is something that is happening to him and Missouri every single game they play. I don't know what that's about. And I think we'll leave it at that for now. We've got one more that we can make. And just in case of another injury, we'll leave that one. Come on, boys. Let's put this game to bed now. You know, oh, we've hit the bar again. I told you we are the hit the bar specialist team. I don't know how many times we've hit the bar this season. I wonder, is it because FM is limited in the outcomes in terms of goal threat? That's why teams, you hit the bar so often. Because it has to rotate in terms of its goal threat. And if you have too many opportunities, then you're going to hit the bar a lot. And it's Silva or Winkler. Silva, probably. Katara can come on here. And hopefully we will see this game out now. It's still nip and tuck. It will take us to within 2 points of United again. We'll still have a game in hand. But we still have to play Liverpool. We still... Oh, come on, break. Go on, faster. Supposed to be very fast counter-attacking. Go on, Missouri. Into the box. Must be. Nope. Headed over. All right, let's go and chat to my assistant. What does he want? No, we don't do that. We haven't been the better team, I don't think. We've just been a little bit more clinical, and that's what we do well. Take the ball off them, but then we've lost it ourselves. So we have to take the ball off them. Well done. This probably looks to me like a 2-2 as it stands at the moment. I have to keep checking that as well because it keeps jumping to full match from key highlights. Newerton is tired now. This has been a tough match for them. When they get this tired, it's been a tough game. Transfer window will be interesting. It's going to be a case of trying to hold on to my players, and Chelsea have equalised. I just said, didn't I? This is probably looking like a 2-2. I just said that. The game was very easy to read. 2-1 was never going to be enough for me. Never going to be enough. And so that is a bitter blow. I just actually said it's looking like a 2-2. Unless we can find a goal from somewhere. Which doesn't seem likely now. Three very tough games. If we get 5 points out of it, I suppose we've got to be happy. But it does seem that Manchester United cannot lose, except when we play them. But apart from us, they cannot lose. And that's it. It's going to finish 2-2. Not too happy with that. Should have beaten Chelsea. Yeah, let's sympathise. So that is not good. That means that we can't go top if we win our game in hand. I was totally shocked. Oh, God. Missouri's gone. What happened to him? Valesco, another one. We just, the injuries do not stop. They do not stop. It's just 2 a week at the moment. That's how it is. Again, he's just had a contract, so we can't offer him another contract. But they're going to have to pay in excess of 100 and something million if they want them. I don't want to sell them. I've just been trying to keep them. And for 4 seasons, we've tried to keep these players. Arsenal up next. It just doesn't stop. I'm going to rest them. Oh boy, they're getting tougher. That was the one that we should have won. Arsenal in 6th, Liverpool in 3rd. You're not having Badger-Titch either. We are keeping hold of these players. They're young. We want to keep them. At the end of the day, it's my say whether they go out or not. And they're not going. Humphreys, Mane, Van Beek. Don't know why he wants to play Van Beek at centre-back. I'm going to try what he suggests. I've got tired players, injured players. I'll just check his bench. Corrado is not a forward. Winkler's very tired. Yeah, look at this bench. There's no full-backs. So you can guarantee that my full-backs would have terrible games. And we have to have a right back because they just are getting too tired. Rualt. No, Rualt is injured. Of course he is. Atom. Dominguez, Bajetic. Newton, Katara. Actually, Chieta can come in for Dominguez and Mastantuono. It's about the best I can do. I don't feel very optimistic for these two games either. And it'd be interesting to see that if we lose these games, do Manchester United drop points as well? This is a theory that I have about FM, that when we're doing well, the teams around us do well. But when we're not doing well, the teams around us don't do well at all. So we'll keep an eye on the Man United results. Do they keep on winning to open up this huge gap? Or do they suddenly find they can't play football for a couple of games? Because I am not optimistic about these two games at all. We shouldn't be where we are. And in fact, if we look at the season preview, we're due to finish in 8th. So we should not be doing what we're doing. Who's removed? Jurgensen. I don't want him removed. I still want to keep an eye on him. Would be a very good addition. Right, come on, boys. Got to do better against Arsenal. It's only Arsenal. Just keep attacking, keep what we're doing. Barco. Let's go, boys. Barco for Arribas. And bring Timon in. No. It is a thought, though. I did play Barco on the wing once. But if I put Timon in the side, then I have a problem at left back. Kakaras can play left back. Bajetic can play right back. Missouri's injured. No, we're going to leave it as it is. It's an interesting thought to play Barco. Diamonde, he gets upset when he's not picked, but then when he's picked, he's like jaded and needs a rest. So he's having a rest, a forced rest. This is a match we should be winning. Make sure we do. I don't feel the same way. Chelsea was the match we should have won. I just don't feel the same way as my assistant, but we'll go with that. Come on, boys. I would like 5 points from those 3 games. And nothing's happening so far. It's a very, very quiet game. It'll put the pressure on us against... If we don't get anything from this, the pressure's really on against Liverpool. And the schedule will start to look messy. And that's why Bradford City's in there, so that we can recover. That's no other reason than that, why FM's put Bradford City in there, so that we can recover. And Manchester United playing today. They're already 2-1 up, so they're winning. And we just about being the better side, although we just cannot keep the ball at the moment. Just cannot keep the ball. It's all Arsenal, though, momentum-wise. But we're higher up the pitch than they are. And we're having opportunities, just not taking them. Winkler's absolutely out on his feet. Are we going to have to come from behind again? No, we're not. It's over the bar. I had these fixtures in the online save as well. Like I got Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City, Newcastle, all one after the other. I think that FM needs to be a little bit more imaginative about scheduling. There's so many things that have to change in this game. Or is it I've just become too accustomed to the game now? 15 years, you just know what it's going to do. Is that what it is about? I don't know. Half-time 0-0. Not good enough. Have to hit the target more often. I mean, look at this. Winkler's out on his feet. Let's play Maston Tueno up there. See, again, the right wing back is absolutely exhausted after 45 minutes of football. I don't get it. I don't know why. They are exhausted all the time. It's just the right wing back all the time after 45 minutes. And they get rotated constantly. It's not like they are playing every single game. They're rotated. But they can't play more than 60 minutes of football at the moment. Both of them. Yeah, he's gone already. 50 minutes and he's completely knackered. And it's every game. It's game after game after game. Oh, there is a highlight. It's an Arsenal highlight, so we'll knacker that one. I don't know why. It's just a wing back. He's not told to do anything like wear yourself out. Silva's gone as well, is he? Oh, it's falling apart here at Ipswich. I can't keep players fit. Let's have a look. We've got Humphreys. Natural fitness 11. His stamina's 16 and getting better. We've got... who's the other one? Kakaras... Well, I can't see the other one at the moment. But they're all pretty much the same. They're pretty fit, strong boys. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Are Arsenal going to go ahead now? No. Let's demand more. That's not always been the case. It just has happened the last month, 6 weeks. They've been perfectly fine for a year and a half. It's the game. The game does these silly, silly things. Constantly is trying to find ways to make it as hard as possible. And that's a new one for me. Just absolutely new. Let's just make sure that none of his wing backs can play for more than 50 minutes. That really is a new one for me. And we're not getting our shots on target at the moment. That is bad news. João Gomez has given everything he's got. But he has been injured. Well, he hasn't been injured. He's been out for 3 weeks with flu. So I can imagine that he's struggling. We do play at a high tempo. There's no doubt about it. Bacetic can come in for him. Not for him. For Gomez. Chiesa can come on for Gomez. Corrado's not playing very well. Not much I can do about that now, though. I could put Utara up front. Switch those over. Put Arribas on this wing and bring on Newton. Try that. But it's not looking promising. And that will be a bitter blow because Manchester United are losing now to Nottingham Forest. Did I not tell you about this? That if we are not doing very well, the teams around us also forget how to play football at the same time. So United are losing, which means that we are probably going to lose. Can we get a goal, though? Can we get... Oh, no chance. So when we are not doing well, United are suddenly behind. And this game is just too predictable. If this stays the same now... It's 4-2 now, and I sense we're going to lose against Arsenal now. Unless we can find a goal. We got to find a goal from somewhere. That's not it. The rain is coming down. That should suit the way we play. But Arsenal are swarming. I've never seen Arsenal quite so deep as this. Oh, there's this Arsenal's breakaway goal that we're watching. Nope, we've nicked it. Keep an eye on this Manchester United game. Does not bode well for me. Oh, we have taken the lead. We have taken the lead. How does that change things? I mean, not that there's anything to shout about at the moment. It is only Christmas. I'm getting way beyond myself. And I did say yesterday, winning the league is not going to happen. We are Champions League, after all the seasons of torment, would be brilliant. But there is a highlight. So it's not over yet. We have players who are absolutely knackered. Go on. Arsenal are looking tired, but we have run them around a little bit. And it's a penalty. I haven't got Winkler on the field, though, and we are useless penalty takers. Who the heck is going to step up and take this? Who is it? Barco. He did score his last one, but he's got penalty taken of 10, I think, but he's got another one. That puts a different complexion on things. I take it all back, FM. Let's have a look now. Where are we at? The second half team has done it again. Maybe Carcares has got to get some playing time. He's just a squad player. But he's doing all right down that right-hand side. Maybe he's got to play. If he gets tired after 50 minutes, a chance. And Qatar has made it 3. Was he offside? Possibly offside. No, it's awarded. Looked a bit offside to me, but we'll take that. Yeah, he did look offside to me, but we'll take that. 3-0. Second half team again. Yeah, I'd say he's offside. Some of these I think he gets wrong. Now it's only 1 point. Did Manchester United come back against Forest? Did I see that United have come back against Forest? Come on, we can make it 4 now. They have become so tired. Let's make it 4. Oh, hit the bar again. How many times? I desperately, if I can find a world-class midfielder, keep these boys together because they're young, they're getting better and better, and find a world-class midfielder to slip in there as well. It is 4 now. Maston Twain has made it 4. I don't know where it's come from. Second half team again. And if we can find that world-class DM, this team will probably next season win the Champions League. We're just short of that world-class DM. Van Beek is good. He's not... He would be... Putting someone in with him, a world-class volante, then we would be impossible to beat. Just got to keep this team together in all these transfer windows that are coming up. Comprehensive victory, this against... How does this affect the table? They are coming back. It's 4-3 now. Are they going to sneak a draw? "4-0. I was not expecting that. Why couldn't we do that against Chelsea? No, they did lose. 4-3. So with a game in hand, we can go ahead of them. But it's Liverpool up next. So maybe these boys, maybe we've got to think about Carcarez having a game. And on the other side, I mean, we do rotate these wing backs. And then we've got to think about Chiesa having a game and Utara. And rotate this team a little bit. Newton can start. We'll rest the players. So Carcarez, Mane. Let's rest all these boys. Let's give all them a day off training. So far so good. I was hoping for 5 points from these next 3 games. We then have Newcastle, Brentford, Newcastle, our League Cup stuff. So I was hoping for 5 points. We've got 4 of them. A draw against Liverpool, that will be what I was hoping for. How did Liverpool get on? Didn't play. So rotate the team a little bit. Kutara is playing well. Chieta's playing well. Carcarez had a very decent game. He got the penalty for us, Carcarez. And now he's got a pay rise. He's not the DM I'm looking for. Not really. Transfer window is about to open. Will be interesting. Silva, yeah, we need to get my two big forwards back in. Silva should play on the wing. Utara is travelling somewhere anyway. So Barco, Humphreys, Atom, Bacetic, Gomic, Arribas, Mastantuono. Velasco is still injured, isn't he? 2 days. Let's put Dominguez on the bench. I did put Silver in there, didn't I? Yeah. So why is he still moaning? I'm not sure about Corrado being up there. But I don't have much choice. Because now, of course, it's these two are going to cause problems. They're off to the African Cup of Nations. But our fixture list doesn't look as bad in January as it looked at the end of December. So maybe we can get by without them. Displeasure, they should be doing more quickness. I don't think that's necessary. Just wonder if Atom should get a game, but Atom can play in the cup. I mean, in terms of the wing backs getting tired, I'm also getting other players getting tired. And there is, like, games are just coming thick and fast. We're playing every 3 days. Nobody's having Winkler. He's just signed a new contract. He's just signed a new contract, you dopey. Chelsea thought to be, oh, we don't want players from that nation. Liverpool away, always a huge game. It is indeed, Callum. How are you doing, my friend? I've just had 2 very, very big games. If you just joined us, we drew with Chelsea 2-2. These are no good because they're end of contract. No, nobody's having Bacetic. They're all going to be wanted. We are overperforming, and all the players are going to be wanted. There's like nothing I can do about that. Who's Salazar? A bit expensive. Well, it's the way it's looking, to be fair, Callum, it's a possibility. We're second in the league now, and anything's possible from this point on, especially as our fixtures are about to get a little bit better. But look at this for January. That is madness. And players are dropping like flies. So we're going to have a tough time. It's just, can we stay in touch? I mean, it is interesting that we had a bad game against Chelsea and then Man United lost against Forest. I do stick by what I said about how the game sets this up, and now there's only 1 point between us, but Liverpool are behind us, Newcastle still. But looking at this 8-point gap to West Ham, top 4, which I was hopeful for, it is a possibility now. It is a possibility. João Gomez is not fit. And we're not going to play him if he's not fit. And Chiesa can give us some, can give you some rest. Carcares played well in the last game. He can rest the right wing backs. But this is, yeah, you're right, Callum. This is always a big game, Liverpool. But we are a better team than we were 6 years ago when we first got to the Prem. We've had those awful, awful seasons we went through, which nearly killed me, and we've come out the end of it with all these young players have suddenly realised, hey boys, we can play football. The manager was right. We can play football. Don't worry about it. Just play. And they've all developed in the last year and become good players. They're not quite right. Silva's not quite right. Mastantuano's not quite made it yet. But give us a good DM, world-class DM in here. This team would be hard to beat. It's all very quiet here at Anfield. Again, we haven't had the possession. At the moment, we're not able to get possession. But it's not really a problem as long as we don't concede from set pieces, and they have scored. It's just like, oh. Xerxes, of course, world-class footballer. I wish he was. Got another injury now. Newerton. I am forced to play Barco out there now. Actually, I'm going to play Arribas. Like, I'm picking up 2 injuries a week. Get one back who can't play because he's not quite fit. I get another 2 that week. 2 went down with flu. I've got another injury. It's just relentless. Real life football is not like this. Season after season after season. But this will not be good. This is our game in hand, which means that Liverpool will draw level. Everybody be bunched together at the top. FM wants this, of course, to make everything exciting. And then we're all bunched together halfway through the season. We're not getting shots on target at the moment. Generally, something's wrong with the lines when this is happening. But I'm not, as you know, I'm not messing about, not changing anything. Silva and Winkler are poor. I could just, because I know it's the lines are wrong, I could just change the lines, couldn't I? I haven't seen enough highlights to know exactly what's wrong, but I know there's something wrong with the lines. So let's go into a mid-block and see if that changes anything. And then 20 minutes later, we'll go into a low block, see if that changes it. Well, better. We've had a highlight at least. It might be the low block that is needed. It's really about where we're taking the ball off them. And if we're not able to take the ball off them here, let them have it, and we'll try and take the ball off them there. But I'm not seeing enough highlights. But we're not taking the ball off them at all now. So there's one shot on target though. That's made a difference. So if we pull it back to a low block, that might be what's causing the problem. We'll take the ball off them just inside our half. I don't know why that affects your forward's ability to score, but if this is happening, there is something wrong with your lines. Still happening. So we'll try something else. Kakara's been useless. Timon useless. So let's just try one last thing. So we will push the forward line up there and we'll go with a standard defensive line. And that's the only thing I can think of now. Might be causing the problem why we can't score goals. This is anybody looking on who doesn't know this is the key thing in Football Manager. Shots on target, and play with the lines until that starts getting better. Go on. Here we go. If you play with the lines enough, eventually we'll get back into the game. And hopefully now this will start to improve. So Liverpool have made subs. Chieta's not doing too bad at the moment. He is for sale. So he's putting himself in the shop window. So that will be, if we can hold on to that, I'll be happy with, we'll have got the 5 points I wanted. If we can hold on to this. Slightly better, but not brilliant. But had I done that earlier, it might have been better. But if we can score from this set piece, all is forgiven. Chance, get it into the box. Hit the bloody post again. Like how many times? Ah, boy. I keep saying one of these sessions I'm actually going to count how many times we hit the woodwork. I think it's 5, is it, so far this time? This is the third game. We've hit the woodwork 5 times. Nine three, so it's 33% now. So since we've moved the lines to a high press and dropped it to a standard line, we've become the better team. So around 30%, so it's better than it was, but forwards haven't played well. Yeah, it's 33%. It needs to be nearer 50 for you to win. 33 is a good draw. But we would have lost that. If we hadn't just messed about with the lines, we would have lost that. So that gives us the 5 points that I wanted from those 3 games. I'm quite happy with that. But forwards just didn't play, and they haven't been scoring goals for a while, which is unfortunate. So we still are 3 points ahead of Liverpool. Corrado, should he be playing up top? I brought him in to play as a deep line playmaker, sit there as a deep line playmaker. Hasn't worked out that way because he's actually looking better as the deep line forward. He's just a very good utility player. Moving the lines is pretty much what all the FM24 is based upon. It's as simple as that. And if you look at the reasoning why moving the lines to where we did might have worked. So we started here. We were trying to the way we're playing is to attack. Well, that should be on. We should be attacking the players here like shit, taking the ball off them in this area of the pitch. If that's not happening, then you might want to come back and just try to take the ball off them when they get here. If that doesn't happen, take the ball off them here. When that didn't work, we have to mess with the defensive line. So this line being much, much higher allows us to attack these spaces, but also leave space in behind. By dropping the line, what that does is it gives the defenders more time, and then it also allows the attackers to keep pressing, but we have more time to defend better. By dropping it even more, we can use the space in the middle of the pitch. Whether that actually makes any sense in terms of real football, I don't know. But in terms of FM, that's how it works. It's madness. These players need sometimes more time when they receive the ball, and then they can distribute better when they receive the ball. So dropping the line gives them more time when they receive it. By dropping the line, though, you risk losing the play in these spaces. So then you need to focus the play through the middle so that you're not that these players are being dragged into the middle to make the most of the middle space. Hey, Mr. K, how you doing? And that's FM, and I don't think it makes any sense in terms of real football tactics. I don't think it's meant to make any sense in terms of real football tactics. But yeah, if you are not playing well, mess about with the lines, and eventually you'll find what's wrong. And generally, the defensive line is probably... Oh, he's injured now, isn't he? It's probably the better one to tamper with than the offensive line. The way I've read it this year. moving off the defensive line up and down, you're going to have much more success. The block is where you want to take the ball off them. And if it's not working when you're pressing, then come back a bit and try and take the ball, compress the space. It squeezes the space, and try to take the ball off them in the middle area. But the offensive line, the defensive line, I mean, is the much more important line to mess about with. Finally started your security course after ducking it 3 times. So, security course to do, what does that do, Mr. K? What kind of career does that lead to? Like Secret Service security? Celebrity security? What kind of career does that lead to? I'm interested. So all we got to do now, keep hold of our players. Who is this geezer? I don't think so. Ah, okay. Cyber security, yeah, that's a good one. Door supervisor and later CCTV. That's cool. So, like security guards in shopping centres, that kind of stuff, I guess. Cool. PSG have made... Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, these are just going to be end of contract now. We're not making any money on him. We are not selling Badgetich. You can go away. Not for 30 million. So I want to totally rotate this team now. Who played last time? Timon played last time, did he? So Barco, where's Missouri? He's fit again. I'm going to play Atom. Badgetich. Oh no, wait. Diamonde is on holiday. So Badgetich can come in there. Doesn't let me down. And let's think about this. João Gomez is suspended. Van Beek can come in here. Dominguez, actually rest Van Beek, and Dominguez can play. Arribas can come in here. Utara is not available. Valesco can come up top. I should play Corrado up top. Valesco can play on the wing. And Mastantuono can play up top. Winkler can come onto the bench. Timon Carcares can come on for Humphreys. Scott, Mane, Van Beek, Winkler, Newton. There we go. Totally rotated team. And we've survived those 3 games, which is the important thing. What? He's trying to build his youth team. Nope, we're not wasting my money on that. Awesome. That's really good news, Mr. K. Oh, yeah. Let's change the goalkeeper. It's a good idea. Absolutely. There's been many times, Mr. K, where I felt like that. But the thing about this game is when it annoys you so much. I mean, the game is there, but pretty much it's coded in to annoy you. It annoys the crap out of you, and that's part of why people keep playing it. And when it, oh Jesus, like this, when it does annoy you, what it makes you feel like, it hooks into your tribal feelings of you have to win. So you keep going because you have to beat this bloody machine. And that's what it does. It will annoy the crap out of you and force you to keep going. Because it's very difficult to quit when you feel that something is cheating you, when you feel that bad. It's very difficult to quit it because in your head you're just like, I am going to beat you. And it hooks into that tribal psychology that there's no way the machine is going to win. And so it keeps you playing. I've often said that the game becomes so hard. The more successful you become, the game becomes harder and harder and harder. It's like any computer game. The levels get harder and harder and harder. And so that is the point of a computer game. It starts easy and it just gets harder and harder and harder and harder. And so there is a point in this game where it's just almost impossible. And we've reached that point in several saves where it just makes it impossible for you to actually win. If it's not injuries, it'll then have unhappy players. You lose the dressing room very easily. It just makes it absolutely impossible for you to beat the game. And I've often said that it's dangerous to actually do that in a computer game, because at that point where you think, I cannot beat this game anymore, when you reach that level, then you stop playing. And if they also make that level arrive too early, you could put people off buying it in the future. And they need to be careful about how that is coded. And which is why it's all like people jump at doing their beta save. The beta save, you win. It doesn't matter who you're with. You just keep winning game after game after game after game. It's just like the craziest thing. I usually win the league with West Ham in the beta save because it's just too easy. It's just you get result after result after result. Felipe, who is he? Oh, it's just a loan for a youngster. This boy is not coming in. So they have to have a balance of when they actually make this game so impossible for you, which is why I think it's linked to your manager profile. So the more successful you become, save after save after save, the harder this game is going to play back against you. And at those points, and I've reached this point, even in my online save, the game is just doing stupid things to me. Well, the other two boys, Spike and Daniel, were off and up and running and spending money in the transfer window and having a good time. I made no signings, absolutely zero. I had no money, couldn't sell anyone. I had injured players coming out of my ears. It was just bonkers. So every save I start under this profile, it's just nuts. It's not the save that I started with West Ham on day one, where things were a lot easier. It's building up your experience. And yes, there have been times when I've just thought, this game has beaten me now. I cannot play anymore against what it's doing. But the tribal instinct inside you says, I am going to beat you, you bastard. I'm going to beat you. And so you keep going. And I think eventually, if you do keep going long enough, the game relents and rewards you for just keeping going, for your patience. And we are, because remember, this game is now almost 2 years old. So everybody has built up this huge amount of experience now. And we are at that point where the game is like taking the piss sometimes. Whereas previously we only play for a year. This time we've played for 2. So double the experience we have, double the trophies that we've won. It's starting to look like a different game now. Atom is now injured. Has he got injured in the warm-up? Okay. We should be able to beat these with this team anyway. But I have to keep an eye on Atom, because it looks like he's got injured in the warm-up. Yeah, David, so that's why I started this save, basically, with Ipswich, because you can get promoted quite easily, which we did, very comfortably. And we did have a very good season. It surprised me how good the season was in season 2. And we won the FA Cup. And I was going to leave it there then, because for a beginner save, the job was done. And Maston Twaino were hopefully going to be too good for these boys. And so at that point at season 2, the job was done, how to survive. But, of course, we were in Europe in season 3. So we wanted to go ahead and do that season in Europe. And, of course, it went from there. Then we had those... Oh, come on, not another bloody injury. And then we went and had those... Silver, sorry, boy. I thought you were going to get a rest. Those awful seasons where everything just collapsed for no reason at all. And we had to go through the pain for those, 2.5 seasons when the team we were building looked really good, but they just couldn't play. And then suddenly, they've just clicked. So, I guess that the game has put me through that. Have you got the patience to keep going on? Yeah, but you always play Spurs in the initial save. I always do. My beta save, if you look back, has always been West Ham. For some reason, I like playing West Ham in the beta save. It's just, they're a good team in FM. Not brilliant, but a good team in FM. And you can win the title with them. Especially because the game is very gentle on you in your first save. Because you haven't built up experience. You haven't got any trophies under your belt. So the game is very gentle on you, and West Ham then becomes a very good team to manage. Come on, we need a goal, boys. There it is. I wonder if Corrado is going to become a deep-lying forward. Is that his destiny? He's certainly playing well there when asked to fill in. Evening, Cagri. I'm doing okay. I'm still struggling with cold. They don't disappear overnight, sadly, but much better than I was last weekend. Oh my God. Come on, let's put these away. Lovely jubbly. That's it. Game over. Evening, Jonathan. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. I once did a Watford save from the Championship, and others are saved from the lower leagues with the worst team. I think Championship is very easy. If you pick a team from the Championship, I think it's very, very easy to get them promoted. I think, as David said earlier, the hardest thing is not getting the promotion. It's actually surviving in the Prem. The game becomes a different animal when you get to the Prem. And I think in real life, that's about right. The Prem is probably the hardest league in the world. And look at the 3 teams who went up last season in real life, went back down again. It's really, really hard to survive. And your focus really is survival in the Prem. And sometimes I thought about this, and the attributes of the players that you try to buy are really important when you go up. Your forward, it doesn't matter how good he is at finishing. He just needs to be big and strong and fast. That's all he needs. Your midfielders need good mentals. Forget about their technical ability. It's really not important. When you get into the Prem, you've got to have good mentals. They've got to have work rate, the stamina. It's those things you need to focus on when you get to the Prem, first of all. Don't worry about fancy players. They're not coming anyway. But you need good mentals in your midfield, and you need strong boys at the back and up front. Like Delap is a perfect striker to sign in FM when you're just into the Prem. He's a perfect striker, strong, fast. Can't finish in FM, but it doesn't matter. Things like work rate, determination, and aggression. You need an aggressive team when you go up. A way to beat your first season in the Prem, playing against Liverpool and Arsenal. They're very technical, small, quick players. You need to be aggressive against them. So I would say that that's the most accurate part of FM, is when you go up to the Prem. I find the European leagues are too easy. There's only one team in each of the leagues, really, that you have to overcome. And within a couple of seasons, you can do that quite easily. I find the European leagues are a little bit too easy, which is why I very rarely play them unless it's necessary on a journeyman or something. I did end up at Bayern Munich once. But I just found it really easy at Bayern. I don't know why. I don't know if you guys have that same experience. Is it easy to play in leagues in Europe? The Prem takes 2 or 3 seasons. You can't come up to the Prem and expect to do well in your first season. It's like survive at all costs. If you get a 13th or a 14th in your first season, that is a brilliant season. And then you can look at getting 12th in your second season and then top 10. So you're not going to do the Prem easy in FM. Well, not unless you. I suppose you could if you just go and watch loads of YouTube videos and find all the best wonder kids that you can sign cheaply. I guess you could do it a lot quicker. But if you just use your scouting teams and what have you, then it's not going to be easy. We found 2 wonder kids in a 5th season, wasn't it? We were season 5 when we found Winkler and Silver. I think it was the same scout that found both of them. And we brought them in cheap, and then they couldn't play football. They were dreadful. Now they're different. They're starting to become very good players now. But we didn't go wonder kid hunting. We didn't bring in players who I knew they had to be scouted and they had to be found by Miss Costa and her scouting team. Injuries. I'm just like getting one after the other at the moment. Just injury after injury after injury. And it's just like the game is clever because it will give you a team. At the end of the day, you'll still be able to put a team and a bench out. So it's very clever in calculating who's going to be injured. You're not going to have your entire defence injured so that you can't play a game. It will always give you a certain amount of players to pick from. But it's whether or not it picks on your key players, and sometimes it will just pick on a position, like wing back is one of my favourites that it picks on. You can have 6 wing backs, but you'll end up with just playing with 1. So it's this is not good. Yeah, this is not good. We need to do better than this, boys. And they might have to shout at them in a minute. Yeah, he's not a centre-back. We can't really be too angry with him. Yeah, all right. We know it was onside. That one was never in doubt. We might have to shout at them. This is not good enough. Yeah, money's always an issue. But I will never do that. No matter how long I play the game, I will never do that. I will never just bring in players that I know about. So I see Facebook posts where people are just asking, I need a left back for Tottenham, and then people will then go and give a list of players. I just think, what's the point of playing the game? Because every save, I would just have the same team in the end. It would become a little pointless. And I'm not quite sure what's the point of doing that. But there we go. What do I know? All right, this midfield is not playing well either, is it? Let's just bring on Scott. We should be beating Bradford City a lot more than this. We're out of form at the moment. We're really out of form. And if this was season 4, we'd have had defeat after defeat after defeat. But because we are better players now, out of form is just results like this or draws with the odd defeat. We're really out of form. In fact, they could draw this game if we're not careful. Harry Bass is tired now. Oh, penalty, and we got Winkler on the pitch. Another problem when I'm in the Prem is release clauses, yeah. And also, you're going to lose players. As soon as you bring in a player and he's a good player, you're going to lose him. And holding on to them is hard. And that's what we're going to be doing with Winkler and Silva in this transfer window. Just trying to hold on to them. One of the best ways to do it is to say you can leave, but only at this price. And set it as high as you possibly can to prevent the opposition teams coming in and making bids. Like, if United think they're getting Winkler for 87 mil, think again. It's not going to happen. Harry Bass. Atom did well there for 80 minutes, coming back after injury. He hasn't played for a while. What's happened there? Offside, was it? Absolutely, Mr. K. It's like, now that suddenly Ipswich have become a team this season, all my players are wanted. They didn't want any of them last year. But at the moment, I wouldn't be looking at buying any of them either. They look absolutely terrible at the moment. Not in form. Oh, that was nice, though. Missouri, he just tapped that in. The scores are looking better now. And we have to play Newcastle in the Carabao Cup semi-final. January is mental. But we are a good cup team. And I wonder which one is it going to be this year? Is it going to be the Carabao Cup or is it going to be the Europa League? Which one are we going to win this year? I'd like it to be the Europa League that we win this year. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, sometimes I'm too afraid to sell them. And sometimes I get too emotionally attached to them to sell them. But we've watched Silva and Winkler on the point now of becoming very good players. And we've been through hell with them. Do I now want to just sell them and then look to have to start again with someone else? I think if we can keep this team together, by the time they get to 25, they're going to be very good players. Couple more years, they will be excellent players. Corrado, is he going to be a striker at the end of the day? He's developing well as a striker. First leg of the Carabao Cup. We are at home. Episode has not actually been that bad. Started with Chelsea 2-2, a 1-1 against Liverpool, and then we've won the other two. So it's not that been the horror show that I was thinking it might be. But the games are just relentless at the moment. Did a long Spurs once and was rated as the best team, but some of the players still wanted to go. I mean, it's always going to happen in FM. No matter what team I've been with, when you develop a player and he becomes good, everybody comes sniffing around. And because you are who you are, the team doesn't have the reputation to keep him. You're always going to have this problem. Oh, you're kidding me? He doesn't want to leave now? Thought he wanted to leave. I promised to sell him. He's dropped it now. He doesn't want to be sold. And actually, he hasn't been playing that bad, in all fairness. His form has been pretty good. He's at a 7.8, 6.9, 6.8, 7.5. He didn't play well against Bradford, but he's not actually been doing too bad. And he's a squad player, isn't he? Yeah, so... And he's happy with fringe player. So I don't see a problem. I think we'll keep him as long, and if someone doesn't come in for him, we'll just keep him as a squad player. He's handy. So yeah, I mean, players that, like, I agree with both of you, but when you have gone through hell with somebody like Winkler, who's now turning into the forward, he's still only 22, he's now turning into the forward that he promised to be. He's not going to ever be the greatest forward in the world, but his finishing is good. He's a good dribbler. He's got good first touch and technique. His passing and vision are extremely good. And he is going to be a very, very good forward. Give him another 2 years. And we spent years working on him. And I just don't want to give him now to somebody else and then have to bring somebody else in and start again. He's become a very good player. And the same with Silva. We went through hell with both of them. And I'm reluctant to sell either of them. I want to see what they will become in 2 years' time. I think Silva's even younger. So Silva is... Yeah, he's only 21. And he's developing at a faster rate than Winkler. And he could become 5-star. And he's got 3 years left. So he's going to be a very, very good player. He's not there yet. He's also valued at 110 million. But why do I want to replace these players? I know that there are people out there who just sell and then go and look for someone else and buy somebody else. And maybe you'll get 2 players for that. I'm kind of different. I get attached to them. And maybe that's part of the problem I have with FM, is not to get attached to your players. Just understand that they're not real. He would like to withdraw. I'm going to accept that request. Just if he's happy with his playing time and he's a useful bench player, I'm happy with that. Yeah, absolutely. Lower league, you have to. They're never going to be good players in the Prem. And even when the championship team that you have to be thinking about selling them because they're never going to be good Prem players. So, yeah. But when you pick up these good players, especially youngsters, and then you develop them, who are we going to play? Sheffield United. Should be all right with that one. Got to focus on this. I'd like to get to the Caribou Cup final. Who's in the other semi-final? Is it Man City Brighton? Is it Man City Brighton? No, Tottenham Man City. So I'd like Tottenham to beat Man City and we get to the final. Although I don't really have anything to fear anymore from Manchester City. Humphreys, Mane, I don't know why he wants to do that. Mastantuono, Valesco, Corrado. Nah, I'm not seeing this. But it is a team that has lots of players who've been rested. So I'm going to go with that, I think, and then make a couple of tweaks. Happy with the wing-backs. They've had a good rest for 10 days now, so these right wing-backs should be fine. Van Beek, Mane. I don't like playing Van Beek as a central defender, but Diamande's away, so it is a good idea. Scott and Gomez are fine, but I would switch those over. And then Newton, Mastantuono, Corrado and Valesco. Not sure why Winkler's not playing. He's fit and healthy. He's got a heavy match load, so maybe that's what he's thinking about. And those two, Barco should be on the bench because he covers at fullback and wing. And Silva, overall injury risk is high, so maybe that's why they're benched. So let's try and sort this mess out here. Carcares and Missouri, that's okay. Rualt, yep, that's okay. Dominguez, Chieta, it's the front players. So Bajcetic instead of Dominguez. Chieta. So these boys, Winkler, Silva. Harry Bass is definitely not fit. And Barco. Because Barco can play there as well. He's taking a chance against Newcastle. But I'm going to trust that my assistant knows what he's doing for this one. It's over 2 legs, so... End individual showing no improvement. Not those two. I'm going to do that. I like that trait. I like that trait. Likes to switch the ball to wide areas. Dominguez, it's a summer transfer. He's gone for nothing. But that's okay. Bajcetic wants to be registered and should be. Tottenham playing Man City first. How are they going to get on? Man City hammered them. We're not going to get to all 3 finals. We are good in the cups. We usually get to the semi-final and sometimes to the final and sometimes win it. We're not going to get to all 3. Do I really want this one or I want the Europa League this year. So we could be losing Atom. His contract is up, is it? Yeah. I had high hopes he was going to become a good centre-back. He's become a decent centre-back, but we'll let him go. Valesco. Okay, let's... I don't really want to... So let's transfer list him. Let's try it. Oh, he's all right. Newerton squad player. He's all right with that as well. Newcastle have made a signing, James, have they? Canus. Newcastle have not had the greatest of transfer windows, so I'm happy to see that they finally got someone in. Canus, what? Where does he play? That's fine. Ah, talk of the devil, Bilal El Canus, is that him? Who's that, the boy? There's a player called Canus. Yeah, that's him, isn't it? He's just turned up in my list as well. Let's have a look at him. Poor tackling. Marking isn't one of his strong points. He doesn't enjoy big matches. But looks a decent player. Mentos are good. That'd be him, wouldn't it? He's just turned up on my list. He's not the one I'm looking for, though. Although, if we did have to sell one of those boys, there is an instant replacement up top. Stripling would be an extremely good player to bring in. 21 years old forward. So if we did have to sell Silva or Winkler, there's a very, very good replacement. And he can also got the bonus of being able to play attacking mid. But as a forward, he doesn't have to have great finishing. He has to have good off the ball. He's got 19 off the ball, 18 decisions. Composure's good. Dribbling of first touch are excellent. This boy would be a great signing. I think he is on the 21 years old, 89 million. That would be and then Harto. Where's he gone? Also a very, very good signing. Central defender, fullback. And he would make a very, very good defensive midfielder as well. So there are options. If we have to sell players, he's got a good price tag on him. We do have options. He should be... I don't know why he's not shortlisted anymore. Players we've been tracking. So we do have options if we have to sell players. But I'd still, for this year, until the summer, like to keep this squad together. So, are we going to get to the final? The first leg of the semi-final coming up. Hey, Viaket Rain, how are you doing? I'm doing really well. And I must say the depth you go into is pleasing. I think the way I'm playing this save, to be honest with you, it's difficult to Viake Tech Rain. I'm just going to call you Rain. I've kind of just gone to being a little bit more pragmatic about it and letting the game take the lead, basically. But yeah, when I first started FM24 and all the FMs before that, I did want to know how to beat the game, and how tactically you could set up and beat the game. And yeah, that's how mostly I like to play the game. If you've seen the Villa series of 14 videos I did on Villa, that's how I like to play. And if I'm just playing by myself, that is the way in that Villa save is exactly how I would play. I'd analyse every little pass and try and work out how to beat the opposition by spending time. But for this, we're just playing, not paying too much attention to it, and really just developing a squad rather than doing anything else. Grealish has gone to Everton on loan, has he? That's an interesting move. I see. I'm way behind on what's going on in the transfer window. I didn't know Grealish had gone to Everton. Manchester City have to offload players because they've just brought in those two. One's a winger, stroke midfielder, and the other one is a midfielder. And so they have to offload players. If they can't sell them, they could probably have no option but to loan them out. And who's going to want to buy Grealish at his age? Nobody's going to want to buy him now. They're going to have to run his contract down because they're not going to sell him for £4. That's not something that they want to do. So loaning him out is probably the only option that they've got, and having some kind of decent option to buy at the end of it. So City have got these issues as their players get older. They've got these issues now, which Manchester United have had for a long time. Go on, sir. Oh. We've been much the better team. We're just not. But shots on target ratio is good, so I'm not panicking yet. No need to panic. We're up at 66%, so it's not bad. One of them should pop in at some point. Yeah, I mean, and also Grealish gets to play some football because with the players City have brought in, he isn't going to get to play football for City this year. That's the end of it. He's to play football, he has to go somewhere. And he might be a good player to consider now for an FPL team. I might have to go and back and have a look at my FPL team because Grealish playing 90 minutes every week, that might be turn out to be a good FPL call. Depends on his price. Yeah, let's do this for the fans. Become the second half team that you were. So yeah, Grealish might, if he has gone to Everton on loan, he could be in my FPL starting lineup because he will play every game. He'll get 90 minutes every game now. It should be pretty cool. I'm not surprised at that. James Rashford, at the end of the day, is a good footballer. But his attitude at Manchester United was that he didn't care. And that came across in his football. he didn't seem to care about anything. And that's the sad thing about him. So I'm not surprised that he's got off to a good start. Whether he can sustain it, who knows? But he's going to be playing against teams who are not as good as teams in the Prem. So why not? Why wouldn't he? This is not good enough, boys. Although we have been known to go away and win. But I was hoping we could win this home leg, boys. Not good enough. Timon is playing well, but he's getting tired. So Carcares can come on here. He's also on a yellow card, Timon. Scott is not playing well enough. Chieta is a man who should be a little bit determined to get back into the team. Mastueno and Corrado. Haha, shall I bring on the big guns? So Winkler can come up top. Silva can come on there. Mastueno can swap with Silva. Let's bring on the big guns. João Gomez is going to tire in a minute. Okay, Mr. K, I shall see you tomorrow, hopefully. Good luck with the security course. And hopefully see you tomorrow, Mr. K. Go on, son, go on. Oh, we still can't get the goal. Yeah, David, Rashford had issues and he became like is a celebrity in his own mind. And when managers wouldn't allow him to be as important as he wanted to be more important than the club. And managers were not going to allow that. And he didn't like that very much. And, yeah, his issues went from there. But at Barcelona, he's not starting as that in that celebrity status. There's been a couple of managers, Ten Hag and Amorim, who are not prepared to put up with this bullshit, this prima donna bullshit that's been going on for years. And in all fairness to Ten Hag, he got into some battles with a lot of players. And at the end of the day, he's the manager. And they have to listen to him, not the other way around. Oh, finally, the big guns, Winkler's come on. It's 1-0. Is that enough for the second leg? We'll have to see tomorrow. I think so. I think we can go to Newcastle and get a win. Definitely get a draw. And that's where we like to win the ball off them, high up the pitch. Just about sneaked it. Although we've been much the better team, in all fairness. Oh, God. Just as I was saying, we just about sneaked it. It's a good cross. Oh. What are you doing? Oh. Okay, thanks FM for raising my blood pressure there. You think so, Black Mojo? Amorim didn't like him. And when Amorim came in, Amorim was like, I'm not having any prima donnas. Ten Hag had big problems was it with Ronaldo? Ten Hag had problems, and I didn't like Ronaldo coming in because of that prima donna existence that was in the dressing room. Certainly in Ten Hag's era, the dressing room there was back chatting and there was all the leaks going on and stuff. It was horrible. And I think that United have been dealing with that for a long time. And finally, managers have gone in and said, no, we're not dealing with this shit. And if we can build an atmosphere, and I believe that something's happened with Cunha already. I read something the other day that Cunha has had an argument with Amarin already, which doesn't bode well. And if that is actually true, that's dreadful. I'm hoping that's just an ugly rumour spread around by a City fan, but it didn't look nice. Yeah, he had trouble with Sancho. He had trouble with, what was the other winger? Anthony as well. Ten Hag had problems with Anthony. Yeah, we know about Mastantuono, could be a quality player. I'd like Emmanuel as well. Something about him that I like. 21 years old. Maybe we should give him his chance next season. Corrado has been playing well up top. But not so that I should praise him. Oh, Stripling has gone to Newcastle. Oh, Harto has gone to Barcelona. Okay, both of those are gone as options. So now I do have to keep hold of Silva and Winkler. Stripling went where? Where did it say Stripling went? Newcastle. Not Man United. Which, if it had gone to Man United, that would have been better. We'll play one more game, I think. Sheffield United. Brentford. Scott Gomez, Barco. I'm not unhappy with that, actually. Scott and Gomez back in there. Not totally unhappy with that. And it is rotated. A couple of players. Humphreys is not fit. So Missouri can come in there. Looking at João Gomez is not fit. So I'm going to put Chiesa in there. Mastantuono's not fit. Newerton's not fit. Gomez can come on the bench. Humphreys can be on the bench. I could put Corrado in there, but I'm going to keep playing Corrado as the deep line forward. Dominguez. So Rualt would be the centre-back. Caceres would be right or left back, so left back. Dominguez, Corrado, Mastantuono, Arribas, Bajcetic for Dominguez. I'd like to get Dominguez out the door, but he's going to leave in the summer. How much money have we got? Nothing. 2356 committed spending. Okay, 2357. Velasco. Well, now that those two really good players are gone, do I really want to sell Velasco? Not really. Fergie had an argument with Rio Ferdinand. Yes, he did, didn't he? David, you're right. Managers set standards. And like I looked at Amarin coming in and I thought, my God, he's a bit young. He's not going to have the authority, but he has set his stall out for the players. And he has said, this is what I want of you. And if you don't go along with that, like Garnacho said, well, I don't think that what you're doing is particularly good. I should have played in the final. I'm sorry, pal. I'm the manager. You're out the door. And he has set his stall out a little bit and made clear I am in charge and I will do what I choose to do. And if you don't go along with him, you're out the door. So in a way, he's... Wow, that's good. Lowest rating in training is 7. So if you don't go along with him, in a sense, you will be... You still are. I am not happy at all. My fixture list spike is just terrible. And I just keep getting all these injuries as well. And it's just horrible. It's just FM hates me at the moment. But we're still all doing okay. We're all still top half of the table. So we can't complain. They're all capable of playing. Okay, so Brentford, we need to get a win against Brentford. We've got this, boys. Believe in the process. This is the second time Barco's had a run out as the left winger. Let's see if he can do it. Let's see if he's got it in him. I do not, in FM, have a very good record against teams in the bottom 3. Let's hope that we are starting to put that to bed. We need a 3 points here. Are Manchester United playing? They're already a goal behind against Villa. So if they lose against Villa and we can win here, we will go top. But we've got to turn up today. The weather suits the way we play. So we might be thanking the rain gods at the end of the day. What do you mean secretly managing Brentford, Spike? You mean you're practicing behind the scenes? That could be considered to be cheating. Oh, get in. Come on, boys. We need to win this. Do not let me down today. And there again. There it is. 4 shots, 0 on target. And this is poor. So this is lines again. 5-0 now. Something wrong with the lines. 7-1. Yeah, we're going to have to change something. Otherwise, Brentford are going to win. There's definitely something wrong with the lines. And it might be... that we've just got to drop deeper. But there's not enough highlights for me to see. Because at the moment, we are going to lose this. That's how FM works. So it might be we have to drop the lines. Let's drop that line first, see if that makes any difference. Let's just stop Brentford from getting behind my defence and then work it from there. Soft spot for Ager. Yeah, Brentford boy. Yeah, we're going to lose this game. Like, FM, stop it. Bottom 3 team. I'm just going to go back to what I was doing. Like, it's because it's a bottom 3 team. I can never beat them. I'm just going to just forget about it. Just go to what we were doing. And let the bottom 3 team beat me again. Meslier, what are you doing? I mean, this is crazy, FM. As soon as I saw that, I knew we were in trouble. And it's just so bad that it's a bottom 3 team again. But it's okay. Manchester United are losing as well. This is what makes the game so pathetic. What's going on here? Furious. Furious with who? Anxious. Probably furious with the goalkeeper. They're all anxious playing against a team at the bottom of the league. Yeah, as soon as I saw that, I knew there was a problem with this game. He's offside. It's the game's winding me up now. I think he's offside. Oh, it's awarded. Well, what a shocker. But as long as United are losing, we ain't going to win this. And United are still losing. I'm not so sure about Brentford being a relegation team this year. I'm not so sure. I'm going to give them a bollocking. This isn't good enough. It's just not good enough. If they lose Visser, it's a problem. Look at this, 6.3 for Chiesa. I'm going to bring Corrado in on there. Barco just can't do that. He's just not capable of doing that. I think the problem is in the lines. So let's just drop the lines a little bit. What I'll do is step up a bit more. 3 at the back. It's almost impossible to score against 3 at the back. Barco. But what I also want to do is to have Barco track Hickey, and Silva is going to need to do some work. He can track Rico Henry. We got to do better. United are still losing, but if we take the lead, United will go ahead. If we are still drawing, United will still lose or draw. This game is bonkers. Missouri is not having a great game. Either is Barco. They've got to come off now. Dreadful, appalling. Yeah, as much as I want him to play as the winger, Barco can't do it. We've tried him a few times now. He can't do that, bless him. Meslier's 6.6 is because he was shocking at the first goal. I need a new goalkeeper, I think. Meslier's not the answer. Definitely need a new goalkeeper. Right, they should be getting tired now. Not really. Right, time to push back up now. Bottom three team. I can't do it. There's no one else playing really badly. Nervous coming on. Alex Scott. Bajcetic can come in there. And try Mastantuono. But I should have not played this tonight because Man United have drawn. See, we draw, Man United draw. We lose, Man United lose. We win, Man United win. But if we win, United will win because we're not allowed to go top. But yeah, this is a game we could lose. My record against bottom teams in the bottom three is probably the worst of any FM player in the world. I don't know why I can't beat teams in the bottom three. I've never have been in FM24. I can't do it. It's as simple as that. I am unable to beat teams in the bottom three. It currently stands at around less than 20% now victories against teams in the bottom three. I just can't understand it. When I do beat a team that's in the bottom three, I celebrate more than beating Manchester City. Good, Shane! I like that. Because this is a rarity. This is a rare thing. Work the ball into the box, Jeff, is essential for the way that we play. But I can understand what you're saying. Like, 3 at the back is proving impossible for me to beat. But I can understand what you're saying. And it's not like we don't deserve to win. And these stats are not unfamiliar against bottom 3 teams. For some reason, I actually celebrate more against bottom 3 teams than I do against City or Liverpool. They're too easy. But it is much harder to beat a team at the bottom. So what is it? How does that affect the table now? United are winning now. They will. Just 1 point. That's just, this league is crazy. Back of the net. Gurchin! Like beating Brentford is the highlight of the season. Well, we haven't beaten them yet. In fact, here's the equaliser. There it is. Oh, FM. Oh, FM, you are class. Oh, it's been disallowed. Disallowed. That would have been just pure FM and me. That would have been a pure FM and me moment. Well, at least that might take my record up to 20% now. Or not far off. Yeah, we're not at our best at the moment. We are poor during January. Very poor. We were banging goals in not so long. Oh, United won, did they? Yeah, they came back. We won, and United won. How very strange. FM, stop it. Please. We lose, United lose. We win, United win. We draw, United draw. They were 1-0 down for all the game. We went to win 2-1, and United came back to 2-1. Come on, FM. Stop it. Okay. It's not been a bad session. But 2-2 Chelsea, 4-0 win against Arsenal. I don't know how that happened. Liverpool 1-1. Those results expected. I wanted 5 points. Bradford in the Cup 4-1. Newcastle were still in it, and that was lucky. Start off with the will we get to the final of the EFL Cup, the Carabao Cup. We've got a tough game against Newcastle, and then we play City. So 2 tough games to begin. We've got 2 games then in Europe, which we'll win easy. We always do. I could pick the youth team for those. And Sheffield United in the Cup. So could be another good episode tomorrow. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I won't be back on Wednesday. Wednesday I'm going to watch the European Super Cup. I want to see how Tottenham play under a new manager. That's why I want to watch that. And then on Thursday I'll be back. Friday there'll be no live stream. It's Liverpool Bournemouth on Friday, start of the season. If Spike's still here, I will see you in the morning, Spike, for the online save. And thanks for coming, guys. If you haven't left a like, leave me a like. I like it just because you're able to watch somebody suffering and putting up with this nonsense day after day. And I just appreciate you being around, guys. I really appreciate you chatting there and joining me as we try to make something of this Ipswich team. who knows, maybe this season. We got to get through this transfer window without selling Silva and Winkler. Hopefully we'll do that. And I will see you tomorrow, guys, when we will get through the end of the transfer window and march on. Where will we be? Who knows? Thanks for coming, guys. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. And hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow evening. Cheers, guys.